It's Mutual and Federal Premier Interschools rugby that continues up here in Johannesburg with King Edward VII School, commonly known as KES, up against Maritzburg College from Peter Maritzburg. Well, of those boys there in picture, a total of 572 passengers took the buses over the Drakensberg to come and compete here in rugby and hockey and cricket, and rather not cricket, but certainly debating and golf, etc., etc. So, again, a traditional fixture this is, as we have a look there at the KES boys resplendent in their green blazers. Well, King Edward School was founded just after the South African War in 1902, and used to be called the Johannesburg High School for Boys. Of course, they have had a number of Springboks over the years too, but not enough. Certainly, as far as cricket players are concerned, there are plenty. Joe van Niekerk was the very first Springbok of the KES school in terms of rugby. Beautiful weather conditions here, autumn in Johannesburg, and a slight little breeze that's blowing, but nothing to really concern yourself with. The cheerleaders are out. It's all builds up to the first 15 fixture, and that's the Maritzburg College team then, captained by Craig Glover, the head boy of the school, in the number 8 position. Also, amongst that team too are some very, very talented young boys up front, and King Edward, well, they have the twin brothers, Kennedy and Kevin Mpho, who will be playing in amongst the backs, and their hooker, Tyron Dixon, will be the captain of their side. So as we wait now, it'll be Maritzburg College that come out first, of course, as the visiting team. All the players are holding on to that badge of theirs, and you'll also see it when they kick at goal. All the players who are not involved with the kick at goal have their hand on that wonderful badge of theirs on their left breast. Well, you'll hear the shots certainly for the KES boys when they come in, but at the moment it's Maritzburg College who are down in their huddle just with their last few words. So here come the KES boys with Tyron Dixon, of course, leading them out. There he is in picture. And they play in their red jerseys. We'll do the first team to identify them somewhat differently to the rest of the players. Stanley du Toit from Krugersdorp. He's come up to referee this match. He was educated at Volkschool in Potchefstroom and studied at Potchefstroom University, and as a school teacher himself. And as you would have seen in picture, alongside me today in English commentary is Gareth Wright, who, while he was playing for the Lions up here, spent a bit of time as a housemaster at the school.
Gavin conjured up wonderful memories, and great to be back here at King Edward VII School. Of course, last year it went down to the wire, where KES have lost that fixture in the last movement of the game, 34-33. In fact, haven't beaten Maritzburg, so they'll want to get the monkey off their back.
So, change of direction in terms of kick there for Marc MORRISON. As with any rugby match, you want to settle quickly, you want to get your hands on the ball. You want to preferably strike when you can too. So MORRISON now with a wide pass. Charge coming in there from Themba Mapembu. From the fullback position, quickly up into the line. Confident that they'll get the ball. And there's some pretty tall boys too in both packs of forwards.
Well, a frenetic beginning. It was a good restart by MORRISON. And KES got under to win possession. Unfortunately, the slightest of knock-ons has come in and really strong to settle the nerves of the front rows.
Go looking foot on the left side of the mark. You keep it straight and square, okay?
Well, that's very good that Stanley du Toit is quickly giving the message of what he expects. Not too much in those pack weights. Maritzburg College a little bit heavier. Just have a look at their number 9 in the bottom right of your picture. He's a guy they call Bokkie. That's Lodewijk Miller, and his father, Lot Miller, played tight head prop for the Springboks.
Now you're waiting for me. Okay.
Oh, he's a little smaller than his father, that's for certain. But all accounts, a really live-wire little scrum half.
Stand up. Guys, we're ready. You try to say bind. I want you to keep here. Okay. Okay. Keep it steady. Yeah, keep here.
There you heard it. Keep it steady, ear to ear as the referee's call. Look out for Keegan Glade on the tight head side for Kes. He represented the Lions at Grand Coma week, and he's a real strong scrummager. He's a man in the number 3 red jersey.
Go, white 9, red. Thank you.
So Maritzburg College then looking for some semblance of relief. That might be a good kick depending on the bounce. Well, Kes can get back for it in the form of Mpho KHAMBULE. He's done pretty well too, because he's got back to the security of his forwards and enabled them to set up an opportunity here of getting out of their half of the field. Morrison decides to go straight down the middle of the field, which is not unusual these days in rugby.
Go, fall back, Maritzburg.
Well, importantly there, Maritzburg College have made sure that they get into the opposition half of the field. So a bit of a seesaw situation at the moment in terms of territory.
Wasn't the greatest kick by Morrison down the middle of the field, and a lengthy touch finder from Maritzburg College fullbacks Yaku Chuta as the first line out of the game is a 5-man line out.
Now, interesting start here with a short line out, and it's big competition there towards the back for the tall boys. The ball's been knocked on and in fact played on an offside position, so it's going to be a scrum here to Kes. I think just, you know, Gareth, it's 3 minutes and really there's nothing in it, but Kes really look up for it, and they're at home too. They would be wanting to win this game, considering that they've been in situations where it's been a little bit of a mixed season for them, as well as Maritzburg College.
Coupled with the fact is that they have not won this fixture in 3 years, so the pressure is firmly on the home side. Having a chat to their assistant coach Zian Corsi early on, he mentioned that to quicken the game up, and as we see the front rows in the form of King, Landman and Rankies up against Mabuza, Dixon and Glade, well, from that first scrum, the ascendancy is surely with the men in red.
Set! Steady! Steady! White 9.
Well, they've managed to get it back. It nearly slipped through their grasp there. Quick pass out there from Morrison. He's got younger Schlalu as well in the inside centre position, who's also a strong runner. This is Louis Pinar.
Go to more!
Maritzburg College guys desperate to keep him up off the ground so they can get the benefit of the scrum put in. That's really good defending by the visitors.
In particular, Matthew Diedrichs, Miles Hancock and Liam Cameron McIntosh choke tackling the opposite man, holding him up and winning the penalty, as Chuta has found a safe touch just outside that Kes 22-meter area.
Ruben van Blyk then keeping up the good tradition of Maritzburg College fly halves. Interesting that he was picked in the dream team down at the 175th Weinberg Festival, so also enjoying himself.
Come on!
Miles Hancock with a catch for Maritzburg College. Van Blyk. Now the long pass, and unfortunately not going to hand there. Kolisa Guma was supposed to be the recipient. He's the most experienced player in this Maritzburg College side, having played Craven Week, and he's on the right wing. There he is in picture.
And they just sit so deep from the line out to the college backs, taking an age to get the ball out to Guma. It wasn't the greatest of passes, but way behind the gain line, and allowed the Kes defense to get off the line and put pressure on the college backs, and the resultant being a scrum feed to Kes in the midfield. Now, they've got a wonderful blind side to work with, and if they can get the right shoulder, expect Kluti Marusi and the right winger in the form of Mpho to potentially have a go.
Well, Mpho's actually moved to the open side there, so they've basically crowded themselves there and gone in that same direction. He has good running again from Schlalu. Just hear the crowd in the background, and you know, as a schoolboy, when you've got your side behind you, or rather your supporters, it's quite special. Pull out that little bit extra. There's Ricky Marusi at scrum half, carried up by Echard Kluti. Marusi tell you, this man's making a real nuisance of himself,
get
younger
away,
Schlalu.
Stay back, stay back.
Morrison unable to take the catch there, but they won the penalty, have Kez, and this is certainly very kickable for them.
Straight in front of the uprights, and a knock-on coming in from Morrison, but the Maritzburg College side were offsides. So an opportunity now for the pivot from Kez Morrison to open the home side's account. It reminds me of a Welsh flower, gangly legs, thin, but you can bet your bottom dollar he'll strike this well, and the chances of 3 points going the way of the home side are pretty good.
Yeah, he's a tall boy for a fly half. Rugby, of course, has been played at this school since 1932, and they won't want to remember the year 1938 when they played 17 and lost 17. They'll be wanting to win this game. What about a good start with a good penalty kick? But he swung it past the left-hand upright, snatched a little bit of it at it, one feels, if we want to be a little bit constructively critical. But still, Kez are getting a fair amount of possession and certainly are pinning Maritzburg College in their own half.
And the dreaded commentator's curse as College decide to go deep from that 22-meter restart.
Kez have got some really good runners in their team too. Some good slick passing. There's Schlalu. Takes some bringing down. And this is Leon Mpho, twin brother of Kennedy, who's playing in the number 13 jersey today. Maritzburg College, as we saw, have got a little bit of a weight advantage. Can they use that by playing the game a little bit tighter? And there's an immediate point there from Craig Glover to the corner to say, kick it out there. Let's.
Penalty, just put a ball down, please.
Just heard from the referee there, from a penalty, you know, just put the ball down, just leave it where it is. We've seen in sevens rugby the importance of that, because you get a yellow card if you throw the ball away.
And there you see the two contrasting styles, Gavin. The heavy runners of Maritzburg College infringing the offside line were Kez, to the lighter backs of the home side. And the visitors will want to keep it tight, and they'll look to set them all here.
Austin Lutman with the long pass in, which has gone right over the top, and it favors, the bounce favors Maritzburg College. Van Bleur caught in possession, but they've still held on to it. Now from Muller onto big Andre Ranches. Muller, Van Bleur, and fullback Jaco Tuta into the line. Here they come. Big charge here from Austin Lutman, and still they charge. One of those big fellows to have taken that pass and made the most of it. Well, that's how close they are. That ball's out, so that's very well read there by Thomas Berman, and it's a turnover possession crucial to Kez. Morrison manages to get the kick away, but that's not going to be out. Here's Jaco Truter. Quick change there to Kolisa Guma. This fellow can run. He's got the experience. He's played Craven Week. Look again, Kez. Well, fairly desperate situation on their goal line, but this one too is important to them.
A tigerish in defence work, Kez, after Morrison missed touch, and Guma in a southing run. We just saw him starting to stretch his legs. The man who represented KwaZulu-Natal 2 years running. Good step off the right, and then he got in behind the Kez backs. The cleanup was too slow from the college forwards, and some neat work at the breakdown by Louis Pinot. And he's won his side of scrum for his efforts.
White 9.
So Marisi opening up the opportunities here. Oh, they really did have a good one there too. Temba Mapembu couldn't take that pass. Now it's a turnover. Good on the referee. He's allowing the advantage. Is there a chance here for Maritzburg College? Not on that occasion. Thumping tackle in front of the Kez boys. I think if you think back to your school days, Gareth, there was always your best tackle was the one that you thumped somebody into the deck in front of your school mates that's standing alongside the field.
The hit comes in on the right winger.
Thank you.
Kuma. Down the blind side, Houghton decided to go, and then a thunderous hit came in. And of course, they'll be buoyed on by that defence for the home side.
Crouch. Bind.
Come on, just look how deep the Maritzburg College backline are. You need to stand flat and try and get over the game line.
Stop. Go back, go back.
It's a bit of a messy scrum, but they eventually get the ball out. Well, you know, there's a lot of traditions at Maritzburg College. We have a coach called Scott Nicholson, and one of them might be you line towards the corner flag. Well, that used to be the case. The game has changed somewhat. I tend to agree with you. You don't want to be standing too deep. You don't want to have to operate from too far behind the advantage line. Change of direction from Van Blerk. They've got numbers here if they can use them. That's good handling. That excellent running to charge downfield from Matthew King. So Maritzburg College, they've been here before. They've come so close. Can they finish it off and get a try?
Number 4 from the side.
Well, once again, it's Kez who basically have a saviour in the referee's whistle.
Cameron McIntosh being penalised for coming in from the side, but they had all the momentum, did the visitors, and it's another opportunity that's gone awry. Now it feels somewhat aggrieved. Well, the Maritzburg College 15. They've been in that case 22 on 3 occasions now, and they've either coughed up possession or they've conceded a penalty. So an alarm bell will be ringing there for the coach, Kevin Smith.
It was interesting before the game too, just chatting to people and that in terms of what they expected as a result in this game, and it was very mixed. You know, this is a game that could go either way, was the feeling of pretty much of everybody. Well, certainly it looks like that at the moment. That pass there, beautifully fielded by Leon Mapaku. Now he's got a man on his outside, but he delayed the pass a little. Still, they might still get home. Big charge from Mapaku. Can he get over the line now? This is his brother Kennedy. He's got the try. The Mapaku twin brothers were instrumental in getting the first points on the board.
Kennedy Mpho has come up with the goods for Kez, and in unison, him and his brother side through the college defence, and the finishing touches from the lanky outside centre in the form of Kennedy Mpho has gone over the whitewash for the opening try in this Mutual and Federal Premier Interschools clash. Now it will be left up to the pivot in Morrison to add the extras. Perfect kicking conditions. There we saw the Kez players moving the ball into space, and that's exactly what you want at schoolboy level, letting the ball do the work, and it's proved fruitful for them.
Well, he missed the first one, but there's no problem with this one, and it came courtesy of a rather poor pass which bounced fortuitously for the Kez boys. Let's have a look at this. This was the final pickup. No, the final pickup and the final score. So can Maritzburg College this time, if they do get within striking distance, strike back hard and quickly? It's always the danger that a defending side has, or a side that's just scored points. This fella is really a busy player, Yanga Shlalu. Marusi trying to find some way through there, without taking anything away from Ricky Marusi, the scrum half for Kez, and he's actually their third choice, given the injuries that the school has had. And he's got a wonderful opportunity here to lay a foundation for himself. Pretty deep kick in that from Morrison.
Go fullback.
Tell you what, that reply is going to be useful too. No, it's also not out. Well, it could still be useful, but there's not much of a kick chase. Here's Kennedy Mpho. Try scorer for Kez. Marusi.
Backwards,
Morrison just
right.
took his eyes off the ball there. Key thing is there to try and flick it to somebody immediately when you've made a mistake, but they've managed to hold on to it. Schlalu. Big number 8 there, Eckhard Kluti also in play. There's some great runners in this Kez side. And that could be the difference in this game somewhere along the line, is the ability of the runners, not only in the Kez side, but in the Maritzburg College side too. We've seen nothing of Matthew SQUIRES on the left wing, who's also very talented. And then Kolisa Guma on the right wing.
Oh, KHAMBULE just been penalised for obstruction, and it looked like he was away for money. However, the wide play of Kez is causing Maritzburg College numerous errors. They're slow to fold, they're slow to get off the line. So as soon as the ball is put into the wider channels, Kez are running right up here in Johannesburg.
Advantage.
And that line out now going the way of Kez. And they really are, as Gareth Wright has said, looking to try and spread this team around. Maritzburg College have got a heavier pack of forwards. Morrison. This time the big fellows get brought into play, but there was a knock-on from Kez, so no advantage.
Just a bit of over-elaboration coming in from the loose head in the form of Mabuza. Just looking for a tip-on pass to his prop mate in the form of Keegan Glade.
Both of these teams have played against Pretoria Boys High. That's the only school they have both played against, with Kez beating them 20 points to 8 and Maritzburg College by 32 points to 11. So again, just giving an indication that this is a type of game that could go either way. Maritzburg College, of course, with a wonderful history too, founded in 1863, which is a very long time ago, but they only played their first rugby match in 1870 against the Deutsche Schule Hermannsburg, which is a school in the Midlands, a German school. It was founded as a German school and still exists.
Gavin, you touched on Scott Nicholson, an absolute legend. They call him the Doc Craven of KwaZulu-Natal. And quite a remarkable record, 15 unbeaten sides and 12 sides that only lost one game. It's really something quite astounding.
Well, he was aided by a few players like Stransky and
On the mark or behind the mark.
Keith Oxley, and well, not with him, with Keith Oxley, Darryl Bestall, Joel Stransky we mentioned, Peter Grant, Butch James. Certainly had some outstanding players over the years. One thing with Kez too is it's quite amazing. It's such a wonderful traditional school in South Africa that Joe van Niekerk was their first Springbok, and that's very, very recent. So, but they've certainly provided a lot of international sportsmen, including the great Gary Player. Of course, Graham Smith, the former South African cricket captain. Well, that ball's been lost forward there by Maritzburg College. I think are feeling a little frustrated. Things not really working for them at the moment.
Just shoveling a pass from side to side again. It's that man, Schlalu, putting in a big hit. Whack! Driving the ball out of College's hands, and somewhat bewilderment coming in from the outside centre from College in the form of Ayanda Duma. You'll certainly feel that one in the morning.
Set.
So Ricky Marusi breaks away. That's a lovely little break from the scrum half. Just keeping the defenders off Maritzburg College honest. Just a sniping little break, and this one feels that Kez feel very comfortable, obviously, on their home field, which is called the main field. Quite unusual for a field not to have the name of somebody, I guess.
No, you're offside.
There's an offside position there, so referee playing advantage at the moment as Morrison is caught in possession. And they certainly are getting enough possession, Kez. There's still no real advantage that's been gained from that as of yet. Morrison. Well, they'll take the penalty, and I'm sure Kez will be happy with that.
Again, another penalty for being offside, and this time it's the captain, Glover, who is the guilty culprit, and a mile offside. And the discipline is really letting them down. It's allowing Kez to have a surfeit of possession, and it's making Maritzburg College make numerous tackles, and it's starting to tire them out after 20 minutes in this first half.
Well, the captain, the culprit there, Craig Glover, as you pointed out, and his father, Sean, was Joel Stransky's scrum half at Maritzburg College, so they carry a strong tradition at the school as a family. Now, Kennedy Mpho is the man who would normally take these longer kicks as opposed to Marc MORRISON, and this is a pretty long kick for a schoolboy. Not too much wind to speak of. I'll tell you what, it's the Kennedy Mpho show at the moment. Brilliant kick from just short of the halfway line to go with that wonderful try that he scored.
And a sweetly timed penalty has put the Reds in front by 10-0 after 23 or so minutes in this Premier Interschools clash.
It's a great kick that from Ruben van Black. Into the sun, it's put all sorts of pressure on Kez. This is where Maritzburg College want to strike. They need some points. Are they going to get them? They've been this close before. Have they managed to finish it off? No, they haven't. Can they somehow slide over that line? One of the big boys will look to try and get over. Is that the right tactic? Well, out it comes now. The long pass. That's very good play from them. Surely he has an opportunity. It's going to come, and it comes in the form of Matthew Diedrichs. Immediately they've struck back. It's a great try there to Maritzburg College.
Well, the riposte was instant, Gavin, and this time Matthew Diedrichs has got over for Maritzburg College and mark it down to a wonderful restart from Yaku Truta. The ball moved through the hands. Good skills by the tight head prop. And the form of number 7, Matthew Diedrichs, has got in for College's opening points. And they'll be delighted with that response straight away after conceding a long-range penalty.
I'll tell you what I really liked about that, Gareth, was how quickly the ball went through the hands of Andrew Rankies. You know, it's easy as a tight head prop to just take it and start trying to bullock your own way. He had the sense there to quickly move it through his hands, and he did it like an outside centre. So Ruben van Black now with a pretty tough conversion attempt. The first one for Maritzburg College. Well, it's a pretty good strike, just drifting away somewhat. But still, Maritzburg College will feel a little bit more comfortable now that they have eventually got points on the board, courtesy of that man.
Isn't it great to see tight forwards shifting the pass onto a man in a better position that enabled them to get over the whitewash? Great work by number 3 in the form of Rankies.
Terrific kick in that as well from Marc MORRISON, which goes to ground. And it's an advantage here to Kez because there was a knock-on from Maritzburg College. Carried up by Louis Pinard. Just there, one feels that Kez have perhaps had a little bit more possession than Maritzburg College, but they've also used it a little differently. Craig Glover having a word with his boys.
Good work at the breakdown, and then the ball being stripped by Cameron McIntosh. Now you see the handling here as well. It's 18 total after 25 minutes. 5 by College, 3 by Kez, and that tells the tale on the scoreboard.
So Ricky Marusi, quick ball out, and he's done well. He's got the delivery to his fly half. He has the runner, Schlalu. They just always seem to have numbers around the ball, do Kez. They've knocked it on that occasion. So it's a turnover of possession. Just lovely chatting to Stan du Toit, the referee, before the game, and to see his wonderful enthusiasm that he has for rugby. And he's done a really good job thus far in this game.
Another knock-on from, this time, the number 7 in the form of Calvin Johnson. And we have an injury. It looks like it's the captain, Glover, who's in an awful amount of pain. Well wishes with him, as I think his afternoon has come to an abrupt halt.
Yeah, that looks serious enough to have to leave the field, and that really is quite disappointing. Great to see all the Kes boys clapping. And in fact,
are you just going to stress me?
all of the
you can't bring a replacement
opposition supporters too, so really sad situation this.
Where's the Eifman?
He's just trying to trip the fella, and he's caught his ankle in a bad position as the captain, Glover.
Come on.
And unfortunately for the talisman, his afternoon looks like it could have come to an end.
The Eifman have already failed out.
Well, there's certainly the medical team on hand to have a look and assess the damage. In the meanwhile, the game will continue with a put-in from Bookie Boek to Bookie Miller.
White 9 red.
Good delivery, good strong scrum that from them too. Jaco Truter.
Let's take him back.
That ball had been taken back. A knock-on coming from Mpho KHAMBULE. Will be forgiven because he hasn't had enough of the ball yet in the game. But that's great to see all of them going up to him. Don't worry about it. These things happen to all of us at some point in time. That's great unity.
Good shifting of the ball, kicking in the wider channels. And the chase was good by Guma, just coming into your shot. Now, and straight into the sun, a good tactic by Maritzburg College, alleviating pressure and looking to kick open side. In KHAMBULE, well, you want to rectify those mistakes.
Steady.
Yeah, sun can always be a factor too.
Wait.
Can be your friend or your enemy, depending on which direction you're playing in. So quick pass there from Guma. And Jaco Truter, well, sadly just lost that pass when he seemed to be getting into space. One just has the feeling at times that Maritzburg College look ready to strike somewhere along the line.
And good running by Jaco Truter, but again, the point needs to be made that the scrum was on the other side of the halfway line, and if anything, College have lost ground from that attacking foray. Matthew SQUIRES in shot. His action has been limited, the left winger.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
So how does this Kes scrum stand? Well, it's in motion at the moment. You see too that Craig Glover's back on the field with a strapped ankle. My goodness. Great to be a 17-year-old. Your recovery rate's so much quicker.
You can't still move forward.
It's almost instantaneous.
Okay, you don't stop. You just move forward. No. Okay, it's your responsibility to stop after the... Okay, I told you.
That's good too. Standard to it, making sure that the player understands where it went wrong.
And that's a super kick by Ruben van Black.
Because the scrum must be steady before the
40-odd meters, and
okay, you understand that.
And now in a real attacking position are the visitors. And if they can get a try before half-time, they're going extremely confident with their efforts.
Okay, it's a ball!
Fezu Mobatu in the hooker position for Maritzburg College. They've set very well, yeah. All of them together. Now, here comes the charge. Here's the opportunity. There's the try. He's just got on the park, and it's a try immediately for Fezu Mobatu. In fact, it's not. It's Andile Kanyele. My apologies.
From the maul, they set well, they drove well. Glover was in the tail, and then from that ensuing drive, it was the open side flanker in the form of Andile Kanyele, who broke away from the backhand, scampered in under the uprights, Good work by the open side flanker, and College are right back in this clash. And if Khambules can add the extras, they'll hit the front for the first time.
Over she goes. It's been that sort of game. Anybody's game, as they say. An excellent try, and this was really great work here from Kenyele.
And the pack working really hard. The finishing touches coming in from the live wire number 6.
Well, that kick hasn't gone the 10 meters from the restart, so there's an option here of a call from Maritzburg College in terms of what they would ideally want.
Where's the option? No, ball didn't travel through. Okay, so we kick or scrum. Can't take the line out.
The question is asked, you can't take the line out to bounce, so they're going to come and look for a scrum at the halfway mark.
Well, that's a coach's killer. You just conceded points. You want to get back into opposition half. You make a real hash of the restart, and you hand possession back to the side that has just got points on the ball. So College now have got their tails out, and they'll be looking to strike again. They've got a wonderful blind side to expose here if they can get a right shoulder.
So the pick up at the back there by the captain, Craig Glover.
Get back.
Muller quickly through the hands to Ruben van Black, and Jaco Treater up in the back line. As you said a little bit earlier as well, a little bit too much lateral movement at times from Maritzburg College. Not really getting over that advantage line, but it's a flat-lying defense from Kes that's looking to stop them. That ball should have gone through the hands. Could well have been opportunities out wide. Can one of these teams strike before halftime? Remember, schoolboy rugby is 35 minutes each way, so we're close to the end of the first half.
Well,
that's a high tackle there on Matthew King. So Maritzburg College have got numbers here, but they couldn't get it through the hands quickly enough. But it's a penalty for a high tackle from Kes, and this is very kickable for Maritzburg College.
Well, the swinging arm coming in on the form of Matthew King. The lanky lock in the form of Louis Pinot has handed College an opportunity right out in front of the sticks, and it'll be the man wearing the number 10 jersey for Maritzburg College, Van Blerk, to put them in the lead by 5 points if he can knock it over.
He's on the 40-meter mark. As we said earlier, there's not much wind to contend with here, so you're kicking up country where the ball does travel a little bit further. Well, no problem with that. It's a 5-point lead then to Maritzburg College, and the call for the end of the first half from Stan de Toy. So really good effort there from them, making sure that they got those extra points. They fought a lot in that first half to really get points on the board. Halftime here at King Edward School. King Edward 10, Maritzburg College 15.